So this one, we don't do a great job. Our quarterback gets handsome, man. He sees it. He sees the safety sitting at 7 yards. So now we're running it off jet motion, okay? And it's totally screwed up. But now it's X Clover, okay? We designed this one with X Clover off our jet stuff. It's still split the zone. The protection doesn't change. So we're still coming back across. He's here. He's there. So this is our Z. This is our X. So now this one is called X Clover. We're in, we're up, we're over. He goes on the jet to the flare. So now you still get your high-low, okay? You still have your high-low. Backfield action is terrible. But the middle of the field's open, guys, so take it.
You said for quarterback's footwork, he sticks him in the belly and then he's taking 3.
Yeah, so, you know, whether it's coming from this side or it's coming from this side, because here he's 1, 2, it's basically 2. It's crossover stick, because now your depth is 8 to 8.5 yards. That's what we want our launch point to be.
You want to be done for that motion,
And what I want is I want the quarterback to time it up, right? But our jet, he's going right in front of him. He's going right in front of him. And we tag it with, you know, so this would be, for instance, this is Queen, Dwarf right, hip, 122 X Clover, okay? Anytime that we have a hip motion, whether it's, that's just what we call our jet motion, hip or zip or rip or tip or hip or whatever it might be, there's always a fake. So the kids always know, hey, we hear hip, there's going to be a match or a fake between our receiver and our quarterback. So the back has to pause. But yeah, so the ball should be snapped right there, or right when he gets to the tackles where we tell him to snap the football. So he jacks it up. Well, what we talked about earlier, where you asked a question about the running back, this happens a lot, guys. This happens a lot. So as we tell our running back to figure it out and fix this, right? A lot of the times, and you guys who coach defense, if your linebacker gets caught in the gray area, right, on play action pass, what do you tell him to do? Hey, it's gray, go make a play, dude, right? So we'll see that a lot, where he blitzed. No, he didn't, and he bought. I mean, it was really good action. He bought it. Sometimes we're not going to have a hat for him, sometimes we are. The back does a nice job of keeping his head on a swivel, taking that guy up to the quarterback. I don't think he would have altered the throw at all, but you just want to keep hits off the cats.
So if your quarterback timed it upright, you want to flare by the jet? Or
Yes, flare by the jet. Because now that becomes our, yep, no different if we would have had the shallow coming from over here. It's not essential, guys. It's not essential to have the shallow on the same side as the Clover when they end up there. But it sure is nice to have that 3-tier high-low read. I think if your quarterback's a little bit older and he understands where you get to the third, because we're looking for the big play, guys, right? We all are. Whether it's the post, the seam, the Clover, and if it ain't there, we'll take the shallow, right? We'll take the shallow. The better your quarterback gets, the more complex you can be with the formation, so he understands where his shallow is going to end up. You know, if you got a guy who's pretty, you know, who's kind of a rundown, you want to make sure it's all right there in front of his face. You know, a guy who can get, it's okay, it's coming from here, I got to go to the other side. I got to kick step and get it out. I think in 2 years, we threw it to the tight end or the flare, whomever it might be, I think once. Right? You know the quarterbacks, what do they want? They want the big play, right? They want the home run. We do huddle, guys. We do also some no huddle, some fast O stuff. The coach called it his 2-minute offense. We call it fast O. We also do some tempo plays with the one-word plays. You know, we do the split cadence and all that kind of stuff. When we huddle, we do a lot of trading, shifting, motioning. Okay, that's our tempo when we huddle. This was the tight for that game because the wind was blowing so hard. They wouldn't get him in the cherry picker. But now they're too high. They're a 4-2-5, a true 4-2-5, so you got two safeties. All right, so now we run double clovers, okay? Now we're running double clovers. So here we've got X and H. So here's our X. Here's our H. Excuse me, here's our Z, our H, our X. So we've got Z and H clover. So Z is on the clover, H is on the clover. It's a 2 high, so now X has got the post. This isn't something that we run early in the game. It's not. We will run our normal action. We'll run some different zone read plays off this. Just because we don't have an outlet. There is no tight end, there's no shallow. We've taken the shallow away. We're going big. The nice thing about it is, guys, if you know that you're going to get in a situation where they're only going to rush 4, possibly 5, because that's all you've got to handle it, is you can really attack both safeties, right? We've got the action at the safety down here to the bottom. Our receiver does a nice job looking like he's going to crack him. He's up, he's over. We talk right over left in our offense. So the right guy's always going over top to the left guy. We have 3 or 4 different mesh concepts that we do the same thing. No confusion. Not a great football throw. We want to throw the post to the goal post, guys. That's why they call it a post. But those double clovers, in my opinion, really do a great job when you get a 2 high, basically quarters, right? And they're trying to get 9 guys in the box and cheat. Do a great job of attacking both those safeties. But here again, there's the guy, right? Once he figures it out, it's play action. He runs. You know, our running back who picked it up the last time was a senior, right? This cat right here is a junior. He doesn't have his head in the game to understand where the leakage could come from. I think another, if you're talking about the tackle bottom on the backside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's another way to do it, right? It's another way to do it. It all depends on what they're reading, you know, what they're reading. I completely agree. Coach is talking about, you can just draw it here on the computer, is what you could do is you could insert the protection, right? You could insert it. You could slide it here, slide it here, slide it here, slide it here. You could have your tackle even step slightly down and turn out on this guy. Have your swiper insert here, and the back, you know, fake it and then insert here, and then you've got basically bobslide protection. All right. I mean, you can draw it up where it could be if they had a 3 technique on the backside. Now we're bob, and now we insert here, and we insert there. The reason that it works for us, and what we've been doing that, is, what is this mimicking for us? Zone read, right? Zone read. We run split back zone read a ton, right? So the 5 techniques, very, very rarely, the defensive end pin their ears back and go, okay? Usually when that tackle steps down, they're seeing a swiper, they're going to, A, try to spill it, right, because they think it's split zone, or B, step and squeeze because they think it's zone read. We do not run a lot of zone read where we read the linebacker. So here we got the same play that we ran earlier out of 12 personnel versus the same football team. Okay, so now they get from, this is a good job by this cat, because they go basically from, they're bringing zone pressure, right? They go from 1 high to 2 high. He's still not patient enough to bend it underneath the safety. But our X receiver up top, it's too high to him on the snap. We're not quite at that level where we can see that they're adjusting on the fly when you're running away from it to go, oh, they're going to one high. Keep it a Margo. Hey, man, you're committed to the post, run the post. We'll live with it. We'll live with it. Two things. Number one, we talked about making sure we snap it underneath his toes, right? Because we don't want this guy who sees, oh, it's passed, turn and burn, and get underneath and make a play in that quarterback's blind spot.